Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Divine Grace spawn with the Goddess of Victory, Laevateinn, or I think I said that wrong, but anyways, let's get to this. This monster looks pretty cool. I'm not going to deny the looks of this monster whatsoever, and the animation is super cool of her attacking. Anyways, let's get to this. Okay, so we got Swing of Hope right here. It's going to do an ability power of 60, it's going to hit 5 times for magic damage, star element, and it's going to be a success value of 100, meaning all the hits are going to hit, because it's going to be 100% of the time. This right here is going to do pretty good damage, so that we could say for certain. After that, it's going to increase star elemental, it's going to boost HP recovery effects by 40% for all allies for 60 seconds, it's going to cast Piercer for all allies. That's pretty much what that is the detailed Piercer. It's just details of how Piercer works. It's going to apply 40% damage reduction or damage reflection to all enemies. I mean, all allies. Not all enemies, but all allies for 60 seconds. It's going to apply resurrection for everyone. It's going to give disadvantage gains by 2 for 60 seconds, and it's going to do 40% of your current HP as damage. But it's also going to cast Hero on yourself. It is going to apply star elemental. A star element to the ally field for 120 seconds. So all hands down, this can be used for haste Unison to get that field buff to do damage. Your choice for guild battles, but this mainly is a monster. This can be used for guild battles also. This is a helpful monster for crystal assault and stuff like this. But all hands down, this monster rocks for player versus enemy. Absolutely rock. Especially when you're going against enemies of like, when they lock like elemental lock and you can only choose star. Or like light or dark, whatever element you're going against. Having something like this is super awesome. And it really helps out a lot. It applies resurrection, it's got that Unison gauge gains. And that hero gives you a 70% healing reduction. But this monster though, it isn't going to be like that. It's going to be 30% instead, because it takes away 40% of that negativeness through the boost HP recovery effect. So instead of a 70, it's pretty much like a 70 minus 40. It's going to be a 30% healing reduction instead. So that right there is very cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't cast a continuous heal, or it doesn't heal straight up. So that does suck for that. But on the flip side, it does all the stuff. And it boosts HP recovery effects, so that way instead of like it being a 70 and like most hero monsters, it's a 30. I'd love to get this monster if I could, though I'm probably not gonna get it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I both like how it looks and its abilities can be useful in guild battles, absolutely, especially as me as a treasure hunter, having that 40% field buff right before Crystal Assault is going to help out a lot, and we could even possibly one-shot if that's the case. So with that being said, let's get into the actual spawn and everything surrounding. Oh yeah, for Colosseum, it does some damage. You can use it for that, and it does apply resurrection. That might come in handy if you all manage to survive, if it's like a stalemate. But for the most part, the thing that really kicks in for Colosseum is the damage the monster does. There are better monsters out there with better damage, so this isn't exactly a needed monster, but it definitely do some damage. So, oh yeah, I forgot about the iris stuff. So the weapons are all going to have a chance to perform a critical hit when using the ability that does physical or magical damage. It says the ability power and the skill activation rate scale with the number of star elemental, whatever weapons that your character has equipped. The ability power can't change for a critical hit. Critical hits are always going to be 50 ability power, so with these types of skills exclusively, the ones that boost critical hit, cross off the ability power, skill activation rate will scale, but not ability power. And then for like the gospel armor, it's just damage down XXL. Very awesome, very handy, very helpful. But here's two issues. First issue is we have already had multiple 37 cost armors with damage down XXL, and the second issue is, technically speaking, you already see 38 cost stuff is out. We got 38 cost monster. I just don't know why they're holding on the 38 cost armors and weapons. So 38 costs should be literally around the corner, if not around the corner. So with that being said, let's get to the rest of the spawn and see if it's really cheap, how expensive it is, the expectations and stuff like that. Alright, so it looks like, as usual, no rates whatsoever. I mean, they got rates, but no boosted rates to even obtain the stuff in the spawn 10. So you got to get off the wall lucky to get it through the spawn 10. And even if you do, it's going to be like a random weapon or the monster of a random stats and stuff like that. You will be able to get double chance. Double chance allows you to choose 2 chests, but only after first time half off. And after each and every jackpot you get, you'll get 50 to 200 Divine Grace medals each time you spawn, and you get a chest of 6. So let's look at what we got going here. We got the Laevateinn Summoning Scroll or the selected monster. First issue I see is that right there. Is the Laevateinn Summoning Scroll or selected monster. There's no medals in the jackpot, and that is looking pretty dang toxic. But anyways, let's see what they got cooking besides that. Droplets of Ether or Awakening Orbs, very cool. Select weapon, select defense guaranteed. Select defense gear. Then you got 800 Divine Grace medals and each one of those side chests right there. So that right there is very, very cool, especially if we have a hard time, like if they have bad rates towards the jackpot, or less rates, like medals have really high rates, and then, well, just the jackpot kind of, like, you have a chance to get medals, at least, I should say. Like a higher chance to get medals than anything else. That would be very, very cool. As for the select weapons and the select defense gear guaranteed, the select defense gear guaranteed, all you're pretty much getting is the same gear over and over, and it's the new feature gear, so that's good that they're sticking to the new feature gear. That is very, very awesome. So you don't have to worry about getting any of the other side stuff. That right there is pretty much how that's going to roll, work, and everything surrounding that. But for the selected monster, on the other hand, that's not the case. What's the case is it goes all the way down to 34 costs, which isn't bad compared to 33 costs, but still, if you could, I'd still bump it up at least 1 more cost. Then I think you're good after that. No more complaints, no more big complaints at least. All the way to a 38 cost monster. Only one 38 cost monster. Got 2 37s. We got 5 36s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 4, I think, 35s, and then the rest are 34s. I think that's 5 as well. So it's pretty much how this is gonna play out. Not sure how the medal thing is gonna go for you guys and gals. It may be a bit of a pain considering it's in the side chest instead of the jackpot, and as a total within all the chests, I think it's 1,000. It's actually not that bad if you actually think about it. 1,600 within the chest for the treasure spawn is actually not that bad, considering normal spawns only carry like I think 800, 700 in the jackpot, and then like 400 in one of the side chests and 400 in one of the other side chests. So that's nearly almost 800 in first place, with 800 if not. So with that being said, the summoning scroll is going to be 10k, so it's not going to be as easy as the previous, the one over here. It's not going to be as easy as Cordella to actually get. You will have some difficulty, quite some difficulty, actually obtaining the monster through either the jackpot or the Divine Grace medals, though they offer slightly more Divine Grace medals. Low-key, I didn't really realize that. And the gear is going to be 2.5k, so you really only need to do like, I think, I'd say about, you only need to hit 3 of these metal chests to even obtain some of the new gear, so that right there is really, really cool. Plus, if you get like the select one guaranteed too, it's real easy to infuse and real easy to get gear score off. That's what I like about when they do stuff like this, is they offer it in like the side chests and stuff like that. For like the defense gear, it's easy gear score, because all you gotta do is get one, then you could get like the other from the metal exchange, then use that duplication process or the max infusion guide I showed you before to max infuse them, and it's just real easy gear score, like stupid easy gear score. The only issue you might have with doing it the way I do it is ethers. It's always going to cost a lot of ethers to get it to the max infusion, unless you're super well and you got duplicates and duplicates on top of duplicates, then it won't take that much ether. So yeah, that's really all I got to say about the spawn and everything surrounding it. It's a pretty nice spawn. It's still expensive though. Treasure spawns and Divine Grace spawns are always going to be expensive. I keep forgetting again, but it's one of those things where you have to spawn lots and lots of times before you get what you want. They will guarantee, you're guaranteed to get what you're looking for, but you have to spawn a lot of times. Got to get these Divine Grace medals, and you got to stack them up before you can actually get what you're looking for. So be cautious when you're doing stuff like Divine Grace spawns and treasure spawns. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.